Hello, my name is María Miserendino. I'm an undergraduate student in biotechnology at the Universidad Nacional de Córdoba from Argentina, and I'm currently doing my final project at the Bioinformatics Institute in Singapore. Today I'm going to present this project called Unveiling the Molecular Mechanisms of Cold Variants Associated with Type 2 Diabetes for Precision Medicine. Diabetes 2 is a chronic metabolic disease well known that characterized by hyperglycemia. Type 2 diabetes specifically is the most prevalent type of diabetes, and it occurs due to insulin resistance and defective insulin secretion. This project aims to reveal the molecular mechanisms of coding variants that are associated with type 2 diabetes through computational methods. Specifically, we are studying the type 2 diabetes associated mutation at residue 139 in the hepatocyte nuclear factor 4 alpha. This approach will help to shed light on the complex molecular pathogenesis of type 2 diabetes, identify new drug targets for personalized therapy, and the development of precision medicine approaches with improved clinical outcomes. So our project is based on a large-scale genetic study made by Mahan et al. In 2019. The mutation we are studying is in hepatocyte nuclear factor 4 alpha, and this is a member of a nuclear receptor superfamily. It's essential for liver function and is linked to several diseases, including diabetes. So, to better understand what's happening in patients with diabetes 2 that have this mutation, we will use computational methods. And now I'll show you what we have done so far and which are our next goals. So, to start our molecular dynamics studies, we use the crystal structure of HNF4 alpha bounded to DNA. Which we found with the PDB code of 4IQR, and it was used as a starting structure. And the unresolved residues were modeled using the modular web server. The mutation that we are studying was inserted with Pinol, and we also used the software package PDB to PQR to determine the protonation state of the residues. And all the parameters are described here in the poster. Once we have our structure, we continue doing the molecular dynamic simulation. For that, we use EMBER-18, standard MP and EMD modules, and we use the FF14SB force field. Again, all the parameters that we use during our molecular dynamic simulations are on the poster, and you can contact us for every if you are interested to learn more. So far we just started our project, and we have been successful running the molecular dynamic simulation. We have seen studying the time evolution of the root mean square deviation that the structure in both cases, because we set up two systems, one system for the wild-type protein, so HN4 alpha without the point mutation, and one system of only HN4 alpha but with the point mutation. In both cases, the protein was simulated with DNA. What we have found so far is that the systems remain stable during the simulation, and and in the case of the overall root mean square fluctuations per residue, we found that there are differences between the two systems, and with uh, our next goal is to understand what's happening. And for that, we will run, we are doing actually binding energy analysis. So our project has just started, and so far, we just did our first step, that was doing the molecular dynamic simulation. And to better understand what's happening, more analyses are required, and that's what we're doing right now. Thank you so much for your time and for the opportunity.